This is why everything just ends up going to shit every fucking time. Because I'm never gonna fuck him. I'm never gonna kiss him. I've never even touched him. And if he ever tried to touch me, I would consider it to be assault and I would respond with lethal force. And that's why you guys don't get the conversion and you don't get the yield. You wanted to play this bullshit game where you have him the birthday after me. Everything's supposed to go fatal on my day. I'm the catastrophe bond, right? And then you wanted to resurrect the next day to him. But you never end up getting that. Why? Because my parents were married on May 26th. And every time you and your little I love my wife try to marry me off to a pervert overnight that I'm supposed to blow the whole wad with so that the next day he can say, oh, you're just a Mexican concubine. I don't consummate, and I haven't. My celibacy will kill you, and I know it. My celibacy will kill you. It's actually that important that you stop contriving to conspire to try to engage me in acts of economic and other warfare using criminals and their familiars. I don't want to be so cruel to the only person you let me have anything to do with, but you made this setup. And if he actually does have some sort of psychological condition where he is actually insane and has a death wish and he's just being exploited by a bunch of Texas gangsters, like he's always telling me is going on, you guys are committing heinous crimes. And here's the problem: you wanted to play like you were gangsters. I accused them of actually being involved with organized crime. The problem with being a gangster is you're not the only fucking gangster. That's why I don't screw around with this shit. You wanted to play like you're gangsters. You wanted to take my whole life and try to trash it. My celibacy will kill you, but the problem is because you're so greedy, my celibacy will kill them too. What do you want me to do? You wanted to play like you were narcos? I mean, you won't admit you're actually narcos. There's no actual just cause. I don't actually have a just cause claim for prosecuting public corruption. No, 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 no. You're just pretending because you're trying to teach me a lesson. You're trying to set up some futures to frame some other guys you've identified as narcos. All right, well, here's the problem. You played this all wrong for too long. My celibacy is going to kill you. It's a horrible thing. I'm not going to change my attitude. I'm not going to start acting better. I'm not going to give you better products. I'm not going to settle for any of these pieces of shit. I'm not going to allow you to fabricate some sort of story about how there's some pre-selected, genetically engineered paradigm I'm allowed to participate in order to be able to engage in any sort of sexual activity. And I'm not relenting that all you really wanted was cheap prostitution, and that's why you valued yourselves at such a low level of esteem that you really want me to believe the only person I have in my entire life is an old man. It's just not capable of having a conversation about anything else. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for him. You're going to kill yourselves. You're going to die. Your security, your intelligence, your government, your finance, you're going to kill yourselves. And I can't do anything about that. This is what you set up. Did you realize that? Did you just not think I would care? Did you think I would just get too horny with your drugs? If I don't actually consummate, you're going to die. And you might take out a whole bunch of other people beforehand in order to try to make some bribe. But ultimately, it's going to kill you. And I get angry and I get frustrated because I'm a human being. And this is completely unacceptable. This torture is heinous because you're not just torturing me. There are other people that need things. They don't get things when you play this out. And I know that. And so I'm not really upset. You made it to Exxon Valdez, you guys. I'm a fucking pipe inspector. I studied to become a pipe inspector. I read the report of the guy who went and was part of the audit of the Alaska pipeline. That's why I decided to be a pipe inspector. Your digital twins and your digital duplicates, it's going to be your undoing. They knew that all the way in the 70s. Even if you try to hide that information and replicate a bunch of false paradigms, all you're going to get is more of this. This is what you're going to get. You played it all wrong. I'm not trying to be conceited, but you played it all wrong. So, whatever, man. I got what you need. You obviously defaulted on deals 30 years ago. Some of these deals were not supposed to last more than 5, 10 years. Some of them were 20 years. You screwed up so fucking badly. You still haven't paid on deals you set up in 1970 fucking 2. The thing is, they could actually be reconciled very quickly and effectively. But you just refused to stand out of the way. And what that means is you committed yourselves. You really believe you're that fucking badass. You are such a badass fucking gangster that you're gonna survive. Right? You already set it up, so you're going to fucking die just because you're that arrogant. But you're so fucking badass. Go down, man. You got your blaze of glory. The problem is I'm not giving you any weapons. Right? I'm not giving you any weapons. You're gonna have to fucking fight it out hand to fucking hand. You're gonna have to fucking fight it out hand to hand. Get a blade. Get a fucking broken bottle. I don't give a fuck. You had no right to do this. You could have stopped it at any fucking time. You just wouldn't.